All right, so if you're out there listening, maybe you're a solo developer, maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're just someone with that, that real drive to build something meaningful,
Hmm.
then you definitely know the feeling I'm talking about. It's that constant urge, right? To create, to innovate, get your idea out there.
Absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
powerful feeling.
But let's be real, the path, especially in tech right now, it's not always smooth sailing. It often comes with, well, a unique set of
Oh,
frustrations.
definitely. You can feel completely swamped, just overwhelmed by everything that's out there.
Yeah, or you get lost down some technical rabbit hole, spending hours tweaking code, and it feels like you're not actually getting anywhere closer to like a finished product.
And the big one, maybe the biggest hurdle for so many people we see, figuring out how to actually earn from it all, how to turn all that passion, all those late nights into something sustainable.
We see you. Honestly, we get it. The long hours, the constant learning curve.
Yeah.
We really empathize with the dedication it takes. We really do.
It's true. And this landscape, especially with AI just exploding, it's constantly shifting under your feet. It feels like you're trying to hit a moving target, but the target itself is like changing shape every week.
Yeah.
We've seen so many genuinely talented builders, people creating amazing things, but they get stuck on that monetization piece, stuck turning effort into actual financial independence. It's a really tough spot, and it's something we care a lot about fixing.
Exactly. A lot of solo founders have the tech skills, the building skills,
Yeah.
but the roadmap for the business side, for the earnings side, it can feel foggy, unclear.
Right. And that leads to frustration, and honestly, it leads to really promising ideas just fizzling out before they get a real shot.
Which is exactly why we're doing this deep dive today. This is specifically for you. We're not just scratching the surface here. We're aiming for a practical, really actionable guide for solo devs, for entrepreneurs who are serious about making it work in the current AI market. Our mission today really is to boil down the core strategies, the things that are actually working. We're looking at real experiences, specific technical insights from people who are building and winning right now.
We want to cut through all the noise, you know,
Yeah.
all the hype, all the theory, and show you what truly works.
This isn't abstract. It's about concrete steps, proven frameworks. We want to give you what feels like, well, as close to a guaranteed path as possible to not just build cool stuff, but to earn from it, to get that financial independence.
Yeah, and we've really dug into a lot of different sources for this. We didn't just summarize, we analyzed, we synthesized, we looked at everything from those super fast $1 million startups, how did they actually do that,
Yeah.
to really detailed step-by-step technical build-alongs,
Right.
and even like full freelance roadmaps showing how you can start earning quickly. This is meant to be a curated knowledge base designed to speed up your journey and give you that practical wisdom you need.
The goal is simple. By the end of this, you should have a much clearer, actionable plan to move forward with confidence. Okay, so let's jump in. We're really standing on the edge of something new here. AI isn't just like another tech trend. It feels fundamental,
Right.
a real game changer, especially for solo entrepreneurs.
It absolutely is. And one concept that's really powerful, maybe a bit overlooked, is this idea of absolute arbitrage.
Absolute arbitrage. Okay, break that down. What does that mean in practice?
So traditionally, right, only huge companies with massive budgets could afford certain things. Complex, custom software, big customer support teams.
Yeah, like call centers, super expensive.
Exactly. Think about customer support. Hiring, training, managing a whole team of people, that costs a fortune. But one of the sources we looked at pointed out something pretty staggering. An AI voice agent can slash call costs. Like a company like Airtel, huge telecom, could save, get this, around €15 per minute using AI.
15 rupees a minute. That's
Yeah.
that's massive for a giant company. But what does that mean for like a one-person startup?
It means the game has changed. It means AI drastically lowers the cost of providing services that used to be totally out of reach. That company, maybe just you, that couldn't even dream of affording a proper support team. Now you can potentially offer a really sophisticated AI-powered solution.
So you can compete on services that were previously only for the big players.
Precisely. You're offering something potentially world-class, but at a tiny fraction of the traditional cost. You can disrupt markets with an incredibly lean operation. That's the absolute arbitrage leveraging that cost difference AI creates. It levels the playing field in a big way for solo builders.
That really feeds into that whole lean teams, massive revenue idea, doesn't it? The dream that, a tiny team, maybe even just one person can generate serious money.
And it's not just a dream anymore. It's happening. We're seeing it. The sources highlight some pretty mind-blowing examples.
Like what?
Okay, Midjourney, the AI image generator everyone's using. They've got about 30 people on the team. Revenue, around $200 million a year.
Wow,
Yeah.
30 people, $200 million. That's nuts.
Or Cursor, the AI code editor.
Hmm.
About 25 team members, already hitting $100 million in revenue. These aren't just like weird exceptions. It shows a fundamental shift in company economics thanks to AI leverage.
And wasn't there that prediction from Sam Altman at OpenAI? Something about one-person billion-dollar companies?
Yeah, he predicted that 1% of future billion-dollar companies could be just one person.
Hmm.
Now, okay, maybe scaling to a billion might eventually need a small, super effective team.
Sure.
But the core idea holds. The potential for one individual to create massive impact, generate really significant life-changing revenue. That's not sci-fi anymore. It's becoming reality. AI acts like a massive force multiplier for your skills.
So you can tackle problems that used to need an army.
Exactly.
So, okay, it's less about just building a static app and more about creating like a digital workforce. These AI agents, they're more than just chatbots, right?
Oh, way more. We're not talking about simple FAQ bots that follow a script. These are sophisticated agents. They can perform complex, multi-step actions daily. They can streamline whole parts of your operation, provide specialized services.
Like what kind of actions?
Think about an agent managing your email outreach campaigns, scheduling meetings automatically, maybe even drafting initial versions of contracts or reports, stuff that usually takes up a ton of manual time. They become an extension of you or even a standalone service you offer.
And the business model often involves service as a software, maybe with a human in the loop. How does that work for a solo founder?
That blended model is really smart for solo folks. The AI agent handles, say, 90% of the routine stuff, processing data, answering common questions, generating standard content. It's fast, it's efficient.
Okay.
But for the tricky edge cases, the really nuanced questions or situations where the AI just doesn't have the context, that's when the human in the loop steps in. It might escalate to you or a small support person if you have one.
So the AI does the heavy lifting, but a human handles the complex stuff.
Exactly. It gives you a robust, scalable service. You get the AI's efficiency, but you maintain high quality and handle the real complexity with human intelligence. It makes premium service possible without the huge costs of a fully human team.
Smart delegation. Augmentation, not replacement.
Precisely.
And what about these personalized AI assistants? That sounds fascinating. Creating an AI that knows you.
This is really cutting edge and opens up huge possibilities, especially for consultants, coaches, experts. You can literally create an AI agent that learns your voice, your style, and your knowledge base.
Oh, how does it learn?
You feed it your data, your LinkedIn profile, articles you've written, transcripts of talks, client notes, summaries of expertise. Basically, your digital brain dump.
Wow.
The agent can then answer questions, generate content, even handle initial consultations as you, drawing on your unique knowledge. Think automated personal branding, scalable specialized consulting.
It's like a digital twin for your expertise.
Kind of, yeah. A part of your professional persona that works 24/7, handles initial interactions, maintains your brand voice, all without you needing to be directly involved constantly. For a solo expert, that's potentially transformative for scaling your impact.
Okay, this is where things get super practical for people itching to build.
Yeah.
How do you actually build smart using AI? This idea of vibe coding sounds almost magical.
It kind of feels that way sometimes. Vibe coding is basically the next step beyond basic no-code, low-code. You describe your app idea, the vibe you're going for, in plain English, and the AI generates the actual code.
Just like that.
Pretty much. It radically speeds things up. It makes it possible for non-coders to build or for coders to just iterate way, way faster. Focus on the core problem, not the boilerplate stuff.
Okay, give me an example. How does this work in the real world? Let's say I have an idea.
All right, let's use the Movie Matcher app example from one of the sources. Simple idea. Friends swipe on movies together, find matches they both like.
Okay, like Tinder for movies with friends.
Exactly. With Vibe Code, you don't start writing JavaScript or Swift. You just described that. Build me a Movie Matcher app where friends can swipe on movies and see their matches.
And then what happens?
The AI takes that description and boom, it builds the front-end UI. It handles the state management, which can be a real pain for solo devs. It sets up navigation between screens. It even populates it with mock data so you can see it working immediately.
Mock data, like fake movies.
Yeah, placeholders initially.
Yeah.
But it gets better. It can handle native mobile stuff too, like haptic feedback, the little buzzes,
Mhm.
or accessing the camera, contacts, stuff that usually requires digging into complex native APIs. Vibe code can just do it based on your description.
So you get a functional prototype, an MVP, almost instantly, just from describing the vibe.
Pretty much, which is incredibly powerful for just testing the core idea, seeing if it feels right.
But obviously, you need real movies, real data eventually. How do you scale up from that initial vibe-coded prototype?
Right? That's the next step. You connect your Vibe code project, maybe you're even doing this on your phone, to a tool like Cursor. Cursor is an AI-first code editor that runs on your desktop,
How do they connect?
usually via SSH. It's seamless. Once connected, you use Cursor to add the serious backend stuff, like integrating Firebase so you can have actual shared rooms for friends, real-time data syncing.
Okay, so real user accounts, shared data.
Exactly. And you add all the necessary ad sets for the App Store icons, splash screens, privacy policy text. Plus, you integrate real external APIs, like the TMDB API to pull in actual movie data, posters, where to watch them. That replaces all the mock data.
So wait, you're saying I could be coding the front end on my phone using vibe code and the back end logic and cursor on my desktop, and they're syncing in real time.
Yes, that real-time sync is a huge part of the efficiency. Changes you make in Vibe code show up in Cursor, and vice versa. It makes the whole build, test, debug loop incredibly fast. You're always working on the latest version, no matter the device.
That does sound incredibly efficient. Almost. Too easy. What are the catches? There have to be challenges with this AI-assisted stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It's powerful, but it's not magic. It's not perfect. There are definitely pitfalls you need to watch out for as a solo dev.
Like what?
First and foremost, prompt engineering is everything. Garbage in, garbage out still applies. You can't just mumble an idea and expect a masterpiece.
Right. So what makes a good prompt? How detailed do I need to be?
Think clarity, think detail, think context. Give the AI a specific role, tell it.
Yeah.
Act as a senior backend engineer, or act as a UI UX expert focused on mobile. Give it all the relevant info up front, the goal, the constraints, the target user, existing code, if any.
So treat it like briefing a team member.
Exactly. The more context, the better the output. And here's a weird trick one source mentioned that actually seems to work.
Yeah.
Just telling the AI to think hard about a specific problem.
Seriously. Think hard.
Yeah, sounds silly, right? But apparently, it can prompt the model to dedicate more computational resources or explore more pathways, often leading to a better, more thought-out solution. Worth a try.
Huh. Okay, file that one away. But even with great prompts, AI makes mistakes, right? The code isn't always perfect.
Not even close sometimes. Debugging AI-generated code is still a massive part of the process. You absolutely need fundamental debugging skills.
So it's not just push-button coding?
Definitely not. The AI might misunderstand something subtle, miss an edge case, or generate code that conflicts with a specific library version. You might hit a wall setting up Firebase, for example, because it needs some specific configuration mentioned deep in the Expo docs that the AI missed.
So what do you do then?
You treat the AI like a pair programmer. You take the error message, you paste it back to the AI, explain what happened, and ask it to help diagnose and fix it. It's an iterative, collaborative debugging process. You're still the lead engineer driving the ship.
Got it. And what about boilerplate? Does AI sometimes generate just too much code? Extra stuff you don't need?
That's another common thing. Yeah, sometimes in an effort to be helpful, it generates a lot of generic boilerplate or placeholder code. As the developer, you need to learn to spot that, trim the fat, and replace the generic parts with your specific optimized logic.
So you still need to understand good code structure and be able to refactor.
Absolutely. AI speeds up the generation, but human oversight, critical thinking, and optimization skills are still essential for building something robust, maintainable, and performant. Leverage the speed, but apply your judgment for quality.
Okay, so you've got your idea, you're getting good at vibe coding and prompting, but how do you structure the whole process of building any AI app? Especially as a team of one, you need structure, right? To avoid just chaos.
Chaos is definitely the enemy for a solo builder. You need a blueprint. You need a systematic way to make sure you're building the right thing the right way. Otherwise, even with AI speed, you can waste weeks building the wrong features.
So what's the blueprint? Is it about documentation?
It is, but think of it less as bureaucracy and more as essential planning tools. Our sources point to 5 core documents that really help structure the process before you dive deep into coding.
5 documents. For a solo dev. Sounds like a lot.
It sounds like more work up front, but it saves massive headaches later. They are your clarity, your focus.
Okay, what are they?
First, the product requirement document, PRD. This is your guiding star. What exactly is the app? What must it do? Who is it for? What are the key features in user stories? Without this, you risk building features nobody wants. It forces you to get specific.
Right, define the what and why. Makes sense. What's next?
Second, the backend checklist or plan. How will your server-side work? What's your database schema look like? If you're using, say, Superbase, which is a great open-source Firebase alternative, handles database auth storage you need to plan your data models, how will APIs integrate? This ensures the plumbing works.
Okay, the technical guts, number 3.
Third, front-end guidelines, your UI/UX principles. What's a design language? How should users interact with it? Consistency is key for a good user experience.
Look and feel user flow basics. Got it. 4.
Fourth, and absolutely critical, cybersecurity guidelines. How are you handling security? Authentication, again, Superbase Auth is solid here. Data protection, especially as a solo founder, building trust is non-negotiable. You have to show you take security seriously.
Super important. And the last one.
Fifth, the app flow document, basically a map of the user journey. Screen by screen, how does a user move through your app? From signing up to completing the core task. What are the different paths they can take? It's like a visual storyboard.
Okay, that structure makes sense. But creating all that, especially the research for the PRD, that still sounds like a ton of work for one person.
Right.
How does AI help with this part?
This is where AI becomes your research assistant and co-author. For the research phase, forget manually digging through Reddit for hours. Use AI tools, maybe something like deep research. Feed it your app concept. It can analyze market demand, pinpoint competitor weaknesses, scan Reddit and X for real user pain points and feature requests. It's like having a market research team validate your idea before you build.
Wow, okay. So AI helps validate the problem itself and for drafting the documents.
Absolutely. Use LLMs. ChatGPT can be great for drafting that initial PRD, outlining features based on your research. For the more structured stuff like the app flow, backend plan, maybe cybersecurity, Claude is often really good because it handles longer contexts and complex instructions well.
And the prompt engineering applies here too.
Definitely. Give the LLM a persona. Act as a senior product manager writing a PRD. Act as a cybersecurity consultant outlining best practices. You'll get much higher quality drafts to start from.
Okay, and what about the visual side, the UI UX design? Do I need to hire a designer right away?
Not necessarily for the initial stages. There are AI tools for design inspiration too. Check out Mobin, Stitch by Google, or v0.dev. They can generate UI ideas, initial screen layouts, even suggest components based on your descriptions.
So they give you a visual starting point.
Exactly. You'll probably tweak and refine it later, maybe bring in a designer eventually. But these tools let you visualize your app quickly, get something tangible, without needing deep design skills right out of the gate. It bridges that gap between idea and visual concept.
Can you walk us through a real example, like applying this whole structured process to an actual app someone built?
Sure, the Resume Fit app is a perfect case study from the sources. The problem, super common. Job seekers struggle to tailor resumes for specific job posts, especially to get past those automated applicant tracking systems, the ATS bots.
Ah, yes, the dreaded ATS.
Right, so Resume Fit is an AI tool that acts like an ATS reviewer for you. You upload your resume, paste the job description.
And it tells you how to fix it.
Exactly. It scores your resume against that specific job description. It highlights weak spots, suggests relevant keywords the ATS is likely looking for, gives you actionable feedback to tailor it perfectly, helps you get past the bot, and hopefully noticed by a human.
And this app was built using that structured documentation process.
Yes, the founder followed that blueprint, PRD, back-end plan, security focus, using AI for drafting and development. And it found success, got over 2,000 users. It really shows how this structured AI-assisted approach lets a solo builder create something valuable that solves a real pain point.
Okay, that's a great example. So we've used AI to help build. Let's get into the specific tech stack. What tools are solo founders actually using under the hood for these AI apps?
Right, the nitty-gritty. For the core AI integration, lots of people start with OpenAI's documentation and cookbooks. They're really helpful starting points. Like Vercel's AI SDK is also popular because it makes it easier to connect your front end to different AI models. And speaking of models, you've got options beyond just OpenAI. There's Anthropic with Claude, Cohere, Google Gemini, and Grok.
Grok, what's special about that one?
Speed. Grok is known for incredibly fast inference times. So if your app needs really quick, real-time AI responses, they're definitely one to look at. The choice really depends on your needs, speed, model power, cost, specific features.
Okay, and where do these apps live? What about hosting and databases?
Vercel is super common for hosting. It's easy to use, scales well, great for front-end apps especially. For the database and backend, Superbase is a really strong contender. We mentioned it before, open source alternative to Firebase.
Hmm.
Gives you a database, authentication, storage, real-time stuff. Simplifies a lot for a solo dev.
And the business side, getting paid, getting affiliates.
Stripe is pretty much the standard for billing and payments. It's robust, dev-friendly. For managing affiliate programs to help with growth, tools like Dub get mentioned frequently. Essential pieces for actually making money and scaling.
What about where the coding actually happens? The development environment.
For quick MVPs and trying things out, Replit is great. It's all cloud-based, easy to share. For more serious production work, AI-first IDEs like Wins or Cursor are popular because they integrate AI code generation deeply. And of course, VS Code is still a mainstay for traditional coding or complex tasks.
You mentioned building more advanced AI agents earlier, ones that can do specific tasks. How do you give them those superpowers?
Yeah, for building agents that can actually do things in the world, tools like N8N are really powerful. N8N is a workflow automation tool. You can use it to build these sophisticated agents by linking them to what are called brain-linked NCP servers, Node.js code packages.
Brain-linked NCPs. Sounds intense.
It just means they're small, specialized servers designed to do one specific thing the main AI can't. Like one NCP might interact with Google Calendar to book meetings. Another might securely query your Superbase database. Another could scrape Reddit for specific info.
So you're giving the AI specific tools or limbs to interact with other systems.
Exactly. And lets the AI move from just talking to actually taking action autonomously. And a key piece for these agents is memory. They need to remember the conversation context, what was discussed before. Otherwise, every interaction feels like starting over. Memory makes the interaction feel coherent, intelligent, useful, like talking to ChatGPT itself.
What about simpler automation, like qualifying leads before they talk to you? Can AI handle that without complex coding?
Oh yeah, absolutely. For that, especially if your audience uses messaging apps, ManyChat is fantastic. You can build lead qualification box right inside Facebook Messenger or Instagram DMs. No code needed.
How does that work?
The bot asks questions using triggers and quick replies. Maybe asks about budget, needs, timeline. Based on the answers, it can qualify the lead. If they're a good fit, it can automatically send them your Calendly link to book a call or just collect their contact info for you. It filters the noise so you only spend time on qualified prospects. Super efficient for a solo founder.
Okay, efficiency is great, but now the million-dollar question, literally sometimes. Monetization and growth. How do you actually make money and get users? Product-led growth, PLG, comes up a lot.
PLG is huge, especially for AI tools. It's basically using the product itself as the main driver for acquiring users, converting them, and getting them to use more features instead of relying on a big sales team.
Right.
The chat-based story is almost legendary here. They hit $1 million in annual recurring revenue, ARR, in just 117 days.
Wow, 117 days to $1 million ARR.
How? Now they're at something like $6.8 million ARR, 10,000 plus customers. It's a testament to really nailing PLG. For a solo entrepreneur, PLG is often the most scalable way to grow.
So what were the magic ingredients for chat-based? What do they do right?
Several key things, and they form a great blueprint. First, dead simple onboarding. They obsessed over minimizing the seconds aha moment,
The aha moment.
yet that instant the user gets the value. Their demo was super simple. Upload a PDF, then immediately start asking it questions, getting answers from the document. You saw the core value in like the first 20 seconds. Show, don't just tell.
Makes sense. Get to the value proposition fast. What else?
Second, super accessible monetization. A clear Stripe button right there on the website. No confusing pricing tiers hidden away, no contact sales. Easy to pay for the value you just experienced. Low friction is key.
Right. Don't make it hard for people to give you money.
Exactly. Third, a quality MVP. Minimum viable product. It wasn't loaded with features, but the core feature worked well. The UI was clean, it wasn't buggy, and it solved a real painful problem. Solid, reliable, useful.
And they had that guest mode, right, where you could try it without signing up.
Yes, that's huge for PLG. Let people try before they buy, essentially. Let them experience the aha moment without any commitment. Then, once they see the value, prompt them to sign up to save their work or unlock more features. Builds trust, lowers barriers, lets the product itself do the selling.
Smart. Okay, beyond the product, there's this whole build in public movement. How does sharing your journey help with growth, especially if you don't have a marketing budget?
Building in public is incredibly powerful, authentic marketing. It's about consistently, maybe even daily, sharing what you're working on, your progress, your learnings, the challenges, the wins, the pivots.
So it's not just showing the polished end result.
No, it's showing the whole messy process. Invite people along for the ride. Share the journey, the story. It builds a connection, an audience that's invested in you and your success, not just the product.
How do you make that story compelling?
Frame it as an adventure. Use video, especially short clips on platforms like X. Share personal anecdotes. Be authentic. Even sharing, thoughtful, controversial takes, if that's genuinely you, can help you stand out. And critically, treat every new feature release, even small ones like a new launch. It keeps momentum up, makes it relevant to new people finding you.
These are all ways to get attention without spending big bucks on ads. What other creative, maybe zero-cost, viral strategies are working for AI apps?
One really clever tactic is leveraging emerging ecosystems. When you build using new AI tools or platforms like, say, you integrate the latest LangChain feature, or use Pinecone for vector search early on,
Yeah.
those companies want to showcase cool projects using their tech. They'll often promote your app to their own communities. You get free, highly relevant marketing just by using their stuff and letting them know. It creates a nice little viral loop.
That's really smart. Get promotion from your own tech stack. Any others?
Another good one is creating value-driven free offerings in specific niches, like Chatbase made free versions trained on specific books or thinkers, like a Paul Graham AI chatbot or a Naval Ravikant one.
Why do that?
It generates massive organic traffic and domain authority around a specific interest group. People searching for Paul Graham AI find the free tool, love it, and then discover the main paid chat-based product. You give away focused value to attract a broad audience to your core offering.
Okay, but what about when you're not launching something new? How do you keep visibility up?
That's where strategic sponsored posts can actually be really effective, even on a budget. If you're in a quieter period, investing a bit in a sponsored post on a large, relevant page, maybe a big LinkedIn group for AI developers or entrepreneurs, can yield great results. One source mentioned seeing $4,000 in revenue from a single, well-placed sponsored post in one day. So targeted paid promotion can be a lever to pull occasionally.
Interesting. Now, shifting gears slightly, freelancing often comes up as a great way for solo entrepreneurs to start, right? To build skills, get income, validate ideas.
Absolutely. Freelancing is this incredible independent path. The earning potential can be huge, way beyond typical entry-level jobs. Regardless of your age or background, it's a fantastic way to fund your startup dreams, get real client experience, build a reputation.
But the key seems to be finding a niche and building a brand.
Crucial. You cannot emphasize that enough. Find your specific niche. What problem do you solve uniquely well? Then build a strong personal brand around that expertise. Your brand is what builds trust, attracts clients to you, makes landing projects so much easier than just cold outreach alone.
But where do you find these clients, especially if you want to avoid the super crowded platforms like Fiverr or Upwork where it's hard to stand out?
Great question. The advice is to look beyond those saturated platforms. Focus on direct outreach using, believe it or not, business directories.
Business directories, like Yellow Pages.
Exactly. Or just Dial in India, Hot Frog in the US. They're often overlooked gold mines. The process is 1. Define your niche. 2. Search the directory by keyword, city, country, for businesses in that niche. 3. Build a lead list, website, social media links, and critically identify specific deficiencies you see. Maybe their website is dated, no clear call to action, socials are dead. They could clearly benefit from an AI chatbot.
Okay, find a specific problem you can solve for them.
Precisely. Then reach out directly. Don't just email. Try WhatsApp, Slack, Instagram DMs. Send a personalized message referencing the exact problem you found and how your service is the perfect solution. Your strong brand makes them actually open and read that message.
And why the focus on foreign clients sometimes?
Simple economics, really. Clients in places like the US, UK, Australia often pay significantly more for the same work, like 6 or 7 times more than you might get domestically for the exact same project.
Wow.
So if you have a good portfolio and solid English communication skills, targeting those markets can drastically increase your earning potential. They pay premiums for quality and reliability.
Pricing. That always feels tricky. How do you price your freelance services? Project versus hourly.
Generally for development, project-based pricing is recommended. A one-time fee for the build, maybe annual hosting domain fees, and then a monthly retainer for ongoing maintenance and support. For things like video editing, you might price per video or project, maybe offer bulk discounts.
How do you know what rate to set?
Market research is key. Dive into Discord communities for freelancers. Check out Instagram pages of successful freelancers in your niche. See what agencies are charging. You can usually undercut them as a solo freelancer. Get a feel for the range, then price based on your experience and the value you provide. Don't guess.
And keeping clients long term, that seems crucial for stability.
Totally. The
Oh.
secret. Consistently over-deliver. If they ask for A, B, C, give them A, B, C, and D. Find small ways to exceed expectations. Maintain weekly communication. Keep them updated, even if it's just a quick sync call. Build that relationship. And leverage networking happy clients to become your best source of referrals.
What are the big mistakes you see new freelancers making? Things to avoid.
Number one, blind outreach. Sending generic, unresearched messages, it just doesn't work. You must personalize. Number two, relying only on saturated platforms like Fiverr or Upwork. It's incredibly hard to break through the noise and establish players there. You need other lead sources.
So there's a clearer path, a roadmap.
Yes. Distilled down, it's basically 4 steps. 1, niche down. Get specific about what you do and for whom. 2, lead gen. Systematically find potential clients, directories, targeted outreach. 3, outreach. Contact them effectively, persistently, and personally. 4, closing. This is the hardest part. Actually convincing them to hire you needs good communication, confidence, showing the ROI.
And if you get really good at freelancing, how do you scale up? Become an agency.
Once you've got solid experience, a portfolio, and good income, you can scale. The key is surrounding yourself with people whose skills complement yours. If you're a dev, partner with a marketer or designer. This lets you offer broader services, take on bigger projects.
So you become more of a solutions provider.
Exactly. You can handle more clients, generate much higher revenue. We're talking potential for 6-figure monthly earnings at agency scale. But it starts with mastering solo freelancing and having the income to actually pay your team well.
Okay, switching back to app building. You've built your amazing AI app. Now you need to get it out there. App Store submission. How does that work, and is it always the first step?
For iOS, getting onto the App Store involves technical steps using tools like Bunk's Test Flight or EAS if you're using Expo. You need an Apple developer account. You set up identifiers, push notifications, link it all to App Store Connect. It's a process. AI can even help you navigate the docs for this stuff now.
But the big question for a solo founder, should you rush to submit it? Is the App Store the best place for initial validation?
Here's a crucial piece of advice from the sources. Validate first, App Store later. Don't use the App Store review as your first real user test. It's slow, can be frustrating.
So what should you do instead?
Use Test Flight to share early builds directly with friends, family, target users. Get their raw, honest feedback. Watch them use it. Does it actually solve their problem? Are they excited? Get that validation before you spend time on the formal submission.
So the App Store is mainly for
Monetization primarily. Once you know people want it and ideally are willing to pay for it, then go through the App Store process to reach a wider audience and handle payments easily. If you're not monetizing yet or still iterating heavily based on feedback, Test Flight is often enough. Saves a ton of time and hassle.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, pulling all this together. Success as a solo entrepreneur in this AI era seems to depend heavily on mindset, doesn't it?
Hugely. It's less about fancy degrees or job titles now. It's much more about continuous building. Your GitHub profile, that's your real resume. It's your public notebook showing your initiative, your growth, what you can actually do. That builds way more confidence than a certificate.
So just keep building, keep shipping, even small things.
Exactly. Start small. A hello world is fine. The key is consistency. Keep exploring Python, ML, cloud, maybe dip into DevOps practices to automate your workflow, DevSecOps to build security in from the start, CI/CD pipelines for smooth deployments.
Yeah.
These aren't just buzzwords. For a solo dev, they mean massive efficiency gains.
And certifications. Only if they help you learn.
Right. Pursue certs like GitHub Foundation or Security to deepen your understanding, not just to collect badges. Knowledge first, credentials second.
And it's not just about learning every skill, right? It's more focused.
Absolutely. Focus on problem solving over just collecting skills.
Yeah.
Real success comes from solving problems that deliver clear business value. Remember that story of Shay, the 40-year-old dad?
Yeah, the e-commerce components guy.
Yeah. Right. He didn't try to learn everything. He focused intensely on solving specific e-commerce problems. Landed huge freelance gigs, making solid 5-figure months within months. He solved a demanded problem.
So look for market demand, not just follow the tech hype.
Precisely. Ask, what does the market actually need? Where are the real frustrations people will pay to fix? Like there are tons of video editors, but finding great, reliable ones is still hard. Find those gaps. Your unique solution to a real problem is gold.
This all sounds like it takes serious time and effort. Patience must be key.
Non-negotiable. Patience and persistence. Building a business, an audience, a brand. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Ignore the overnight success stories you see on social media. They're usually not the whole picture.
What keeps you going through the tough times?
You need that internal fire, that intrinsic need to succeed. That's what pushes you through the long hours, the complex buzz, the self-doubt. Prioritizing your own venture, even if it's harder initially than a job, offers way more learning and potential. Find your why.
And the role of AI in all this, is it replacing developers?
That's the big fear. But the perspective we're seeing is different. AI isn't here to replace you. It's here to collaborate with you. Your unique expertise, your experience, your empathy, your understanding of the problem, that's what makes your product valuable. AI is the incredibly powerful assistant, the amplifier, the guide. But you provide the unique spark, the vision. It's a partnership.
And finally, you don't have to do this all alone, right?
Please don't. Isolation kills dreams. Actively seek out community and mentorship. Talk to experienced creators, founders who've been there. Join Discord servers, LinkedIn groups. Ask questions. People are often surprisingly willing to help.
And don't sell yourself short.
Definitely not.
Oh.
Don't settle for less than your potential. You can earn way more than those typical entry-level salaries, especially using these strategies. Aim high. Your potential in this AI era is massive. Don't underestimate yourself.
Wow. Okay, that was an incredibly packed deep dive. We've really covered the huge potential AI unlocks for solo builders, laid out a structured way to build and launch, and hit on proven ways to monetize and grow.
Yeah, and crucially, those mindset shifts, building constantly, solving real problems, being patient but persistent, working with AI using your unique skills, and tapping into community. It's a powerful combination.
The path really does feel clearer now, more accessible. If you're listening, it starts with that first step, like that Hello World project. Just start. The tools are there. The knowledge is out there. No more excuses, really.
You've just heard how tiny teams are building multi-million-dollar companies, how one developer can get a real app out the door incredibly fast. So the real question for you isn't if you can build something or if you can make money from it. The question is, what problem are you going to solve next with this incredible AI power at your fingertips? The market's waiting. Your opportunity is right here, right now. Go build it. Go earn it.